And showtime! Well, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving and welcome to another episode of the ChannelPro 5-Minute Roundup. Look at news, trends, and tips for the SMB channel in 5 minutes or thereabouts. My name is Rich Freeman. I am executive editor of the ChannelPro Network, also a co-host of this program. I am joined this week, as I am every week, by your other co-host, Eric Simpson, a business transformation and improvement advisor to MSPs and other IT providers. Eric, happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Happy Thanksgiving, Rich. You see, I'm wearing my pumpkin colored, Henley. So I'm excited and I'm ready for Thanksgiving in just a day or so as we're recording this today.
We're coming right up upon it. Before we dive into the matter at hand here, does the shirt indicate you are a pumpkin pie guy? That is the go-to pie for Thanksgiving?
Actually, it's a close tie. I do like me a mean pecan pie as well. So, can't go wrong with either one. But if I had both pies in front of me, the slice I would take first would probably be the pecan. Then I'd go for the pumpkin.
Well, I agree with you. You can't go wrong, but I'm on Team Pumpkin, just for whatever it's worth. But look, folks, obviously this is a short week, a holiday week here in the U.S., not a lot of news to talk about. So what we're going to do this year instead is share some things that we are thankful for. And Eric, I'm going to let you go first.
Well, Rich, I'm going to go with the tried and true, always thankful for, which everyone should always be thankful for, is colleagues, friends, family, and you, Rich. I'm thankful for you and all the good works that we do together and helping to break up everybody's week, give them a little news, a little humor, and just in bite-sized chunks, as we like to say. So just thankful for everyone that surrounds me and helps me, do what I love doing best.
Well, I am thankful for you as well, and for this opportunity to get together once a week, and it breaks things up for our week as well. And grateful for the audience that watches and hopefully enjoys this. You know what else I'm grateful for, Eric? I am grateful to be in an industry that is, if not recession-proof, then recession resilient. We're heading into a difficult year. We all expect it to be a harder year economically. The International Monetary Fund is projecting 2.7% GDP growth worldwide. Depending on who you believe, GDP growth in the US could be 0 or maybe, if you're an optimist, 1%. And yet Gartner expects IT spending to be up 5.1%. IDC expects IT services spending, so that includes managed services, to be up 5.2%. So this is a good industry to be in. We should all be thankful for that. Not complacent about how this could affect your business because your customers aren't in the IT industry, but it is a good place to be.
I like that one a lot, Rich. It is very, very, very lucky for us and fortuitous then, and for the channel pros out there and MSPs that, have fallen into this line of work. Because, for me, Rich, I never, planned, being part of, the MSP community that I love so much and being there at critical times during, its development and just seeing it thrive and prosper. So I'm equally thankful for that. Here's a deep one, Rich. I'm thankful for all those moments I failed. All those moments I failed, because has everything gone, rosy and perfect, in my life? I probably wouldn't have the wisdom that comes from making mistakes and the wisdom from getting older, right? There's almost a twofer in there, right? So, all those moments I failed, and, thankful for the wisdom that has come from my getting older.
That is a great one. Actually, it really is, because there is a certain point of view that basically says, if I screwed something up, then shame on me, and people will beat up on themselves. But that's how you learn, folks. You get it wrong once, you get it right somewhere again down the line. And yeah, we could have a whole conversation about mistakes we've made that have led to really great stuff down the road. So I like that a great deal. You know what else I'm grateful for, Eric? I am grateful. I just said before, I'm grateful to be in an industry that it grows even when the economy isn't growing. I'm grateful to be in an industry that continues to innovate. For all the talk about private equity and companies getting bought up and these giant companies coming into business, I get to cover the vendor world and the product world, and I am continually being introduced to new products, not even just new products from new companies, but products that sometimes invent whole categories. I randomly, within the last few months, I learned about a brand new company called Pia that started in Australia. It's come to the US now, and they make this, they call it a cognitive digital employee. Basically, it's using AI to get more efficient as a managed service provider. When we were both at the SMB Tech Fest event a few weeks ago, I met with a security company, so new, they're kind of sort of in stealth mode. I won't even name them, but they have this really interesting product coming out within the next few months. I am grateful for the fact that there is still innovation in this industry, despite all of the consolidation and so on, and that I get to learn about it and write about it.
That's a great one, Rich. Yeah, I like that. Here's one that I'm really grateful for too, Rich, is all of the technology that allows me to work from home. I love being able to work from home and provide services that I'm passionate about and are appreciated by my clients without having to travel to do so. I travel because I want to travel or because I think it's, required, but just the ability to work from home and reflect on things without having to deal with, traffic and, everything else that gets in the way of what we have to do for work. So I'm really appreciative of the technology and, my ability to do that.
I am right there with you. For all the complaints you hear from people about, Zoom meeting, I'm constantly in Zoom meetings, Teams. Just imagine what as bad as 2020 was, imagine how much worse it would have been if we didn't have access to those technologies. And just think about how great it is that we now have the flexibility, the ability to work very, very effectively from home or wherever we happen to be. Go ahead and gripe about Zoom and Teams, but there are reasons to be thankful for those technologies and all the other ones that, like you said, make mobile work possible.
Hear, hear.
Well, let's that leaves us with time for just one more story this week. And obviously Thanksgiving is coming up as we record this, but so is Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, Eric. So I'm going to share a few fun facts. We'll see how fun they are, but a few facts people may not have known about Black Friday. They're actually new to me. Did you know, for example, that Black Friday is not only one of the busiest days of the year for retailers, it is also the busiest day of the year for plumbers. Plumbers can be 50% busier than normal on Black Friday, according to Roto-Rooter. And the reason, of course, is everyone's dumping leftovers down the drain. Don't do it, folks. It's going to clog up the drain, and the plumber's going to be pretty busy. You're going to have to wait before somebody can come and help you out there. Turns out there are all sorts of great deals to be had on Black Friday. Did you know Black Friday is one of the best days of the year to buy a used car? A company called iCars.com tracks all 365 days of the year to see what are the best bargain days. And coming in at number 6, Black Friday, 2.7% more deals than average on Black Friday. Speaking of cars, last but not least, this one comes to us from Progressive Insurance. In 2015, they kind of looked at data for claims filed on Black Friday versus the rest of the year. They get 35% or 34% more claims on Black Friday, auto insurance claims, than any other day in the month of November, actually. Still, 34%. They're spiking up. So slow down a little bit. I know you're looking for that parking spot at the mall and you want to be the first one into it and so on, but slow down, look around a little bit. You don't really want to ruin Black Friday with a fender bender. Yeah,
or just wait one more hour, before, driving after celebrating with adult beverages. Make sure that, you take the edge off and you're good to go there because it is a long celebratory weekend, right? Starting with Thanksgiving, then typically, many of us have Friday off, and that may continue into the weekend. And maybe we're going to different family members' houses celebrating and all that. So there's a lot of eating and drinking that happens over the span of a typical Thanksgiving holiday, Rich. So yeah.
Let's keep the drinking part of the weekend separate from the driving part, and I think everyone's going to be the better for it down the road. Well, folks, that is all the time we have for you on the 5-Minute Roundup this week. We are going to be back again next week with another episode for you. As we like to tell you at the end of the show, we are both a video and a podcast these days. So if you're watching the video, but you're into podcasts, go to wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, Apple, you name it. You're going to find us there. You can subscribe, you can rate, you can review. We would appreciate you doing all 3 of those things, assuming, of course, you like the show. If you are listening to the podcast now, but you're curious to check us out on video, the easiest thing to do is go to the ChannelPro Network channel in YouTube. Once again, you can subscribe there, and if you click the little bell icon, you'll even get notified when the new episodes become available. We don't have articles about what we are thankful for at ChannelProNetwork.com, but we've got everything else you need there about how to grow your business, what's going on in the industry. So please visit every single day. You're going to find great new stuff there every single day. To learn more about Eric and the work he does with his clients, you are going to want to visit ErickSimpson.com. That is ERICK Simpson.com. Once again, we wish you a happy Thanksgiving and implore you to enjoy the rest of your week. Eric and I are enjoying the rest of your week already.